The first half of June was largely dry and warm with little wind, although by mid-month it became unsettled with windy spells in the north and west. In the second half, it was more showery with some periods of persistent rain. Despite the often less than ideal weather conditions for watching, we had 978 sightings, comprising 9 species reported to us. The harbour porpoise was seen in coastal areas all around the British Isles, with the exception of the southeast, south of Norfolk and east of Dorset. Numbers rarely exceeded 5 individuals, although aggregations of between 8 and 11 were seen in North Anglesey at Point Linus and Bull Bay, and as many as 28 porpoises were counted at St Ninian oilfield in Shetland. Bottlenose dolphins also showed a widespread distribution around Britain, with sightings on the east coast all along the south side of the Moray Firth, the coasts of Aberdeenshire and Angus, south to Northumberland, Tyne and Wear and Yorkshire as far as Bempton. On the south coast, the species was seen from Chichester in West Sussex, Swanage, Weymouth and Portland Bill in Dorset, Torbay and Berryhead in Devon, as well as on the southwest coast of Cornwall. The resident population off northwest France and the Channel Isles was seen off Jersey. In the Irish Sea, bottlenose dolphins were recorded throughout Cardigan Bay, but also in Carnarvon Bay and around Anglesey, as well as at several locations in the Isle of Man, and in West Scotland, the species occurred from Ayrshire north to the Isle of Mull. Most sightings were of groups of less than 15, but on the east coast of Scotland and northeast England, groups of up to 45 were seen. Sightings of groups of up to 40 common dolphins were reported all along the south coast of England, from Shoreham in West Sussex to various localities in West Cornwall. On the west coast, smaller groups were seen off Ramsey Island in Pembrokeshire and Holyhead in northwest Anglesey, whilst further north the species was widely reported off the west coast of Scotland and in the Hebrides, with groups numbering up to 50 dolphins. The most northerly record was in Berwick in Orkney, whilst the most surprising was a group estimated at 60 common dolphins in the Moray Firth, 10 kilometres north-northeast of Birkhead. Risso's dolphins were seen at several of their usual haunts, around West Cornwall, off North Anglesey, the Isle of Man east of Lewis in the Outer Hebrides, off the coast of Sutherland, and Caithness, Orkney and Shetland. Groups varied in size from 1 to 12 individuals. There were only 2 sightings reported to us of white-beaked dolphins, both from the north coast of Scotland. One of a group of 12 at Holborn Head, Caithness, on the 26th of June, and the other a group of 5 at Strathy Point, Sutherland, the following day. The most unusual record in June was of 2 striped dolphins in the Channel Islands, filmed in St Albans Bay, Jersey, on the 4th of June. Killer whales were sighted at several localities, mainly from Shetland, Orkney, Sutherland and Caithness, although a pod of 5 was seen off Strathleen on the south side of the Moray Firth on the 21st and 22nd of June, and 2 identified as John Cohen Aquarius from the West Coast community at St Abbs Head in the Scottish borders on the 29th of June. There was another unusual report of 2 killer whales between Dover and Calais on the 14th of June. Most pods seen were between 4 and 8 individuals, but at the Ninian oil field east of Shetland, a total of 28 were counted in pods of around 8 each on the 8th of June. The most common baleen whale species reported to us during June was the minke whale. Most sightings were from Scotland, throughout the Hebrides, Caithness, Orkney and Shetland, as well as the Moray Firth, south to the Firth of Forth. Elsewhere on the east coast, there was a sighting also off the Northumberland coast in northeast England. On the west coast, minkies were seen off Cornwall, North Pembrokeshire, in Carnarvon Bay, off Anglesey and the Isle of Man, where a total of 21 were recorded during a survey on the 6th of June. Otherwise, most sightings were of between 1 and 3 individuals, although 5 were recorded in the Moray Firth on the 18th and 23rd of June. Finally, 1 humpback whale was recorded breaching southwest of Canary's Head in Pembrokeshire on the 19th of June, rounding up an excellent month for sightings. Thanks for listening, and do join us next month to find out what's been seen around our coastline.